It's start of December. I'm gonna take the C-Dory 25 cruiser out, try and get some crabs and some prawns, but also give everybody a tour. You know, really show them what the boat's about, why I bought it, why it's important to me and my family. And if you're thinking about a boat, this is a great chance to review what's a good fishing boat, family boat, cruising, speedboat, outboards, all that good stuff. I'll try and summarize it for you. Coming up. So the first thing about a C-Dory is that flat bottom at the back, right? Not perfectly flat, but almost. Nice little keel down the middle. You can see my through hull there for my raw water wash down. But that gives it a lot of the efficiency, but also makes it bang a little bit when you're in some short chop or moving fast in some big chop. So nice high gunnels. You can see I've got the bars up top to kind of protect. I've got my downrigger mounts as well, but those bars help from somebody from going over the side. I've got a Honda 150 on here. You can put up to a 200, but the 150 pushes it nicely, a little over 30 miles per hour if needed, and a 9.9 as well, tied together. I've got a stainless prop. I've got a hydrofoil and SE Sport. I've got two transducer, 1 kilowatt, and a 3-in-1, a Lowrance, and that one is an Airmar. Yeah, an Airmar 1 kilowatt and a Lowrance 3-in-1. 150 pushes it out 32 miles per hour. One of the nice features here is the self-bailing cockpit or scuppers, right? So really helps drain water out if needed. Got the radar arch, which I love. Simrad radar, which overlaps on my mapping. Really important for when you're operating in fog, lots of fog when I'm fishing. 5 windows that open up, really giving lots of options here. We've got a prawn puller, mount for a barbecue, rod holder, and downriggers. These are the rail mount Scotty downrigger mounts. Gas tank, fill up on both sides, 100 gallon tank, so over 250 miles, 300 miles of range at cruise, and a lot more if you're going nice slow 8-9 knots, be closer to 500 or 600. Got a new antenna, just rigging up. My lights are a little worn. I just got all my windshield wipers working, a new horn. I need a new mast light for anchoring. I can anchor tonight, so I'll leave my other ones on. I've got a windlass, Lumar windlass, love it. And I've got this Rockna 10 kilogram anchor. It is the bomb. Load rate, elite trailer with electric over hydraulics. Definitely worthwhile because we get over 7,000 pounds when we're towing wet and when we add ice and fish and stuff. So. Solo evening. Didn't bring anything to eat, so I better catch some crab and prawns. This is Portland Island, Princess Cove. I think it's one of the best anchorages, close to Victoria. See just over there, got the Olympic Mountains. Can't see it, but Mount Baker is just beautiful this evening. So Sun shining off, fresh powder. I don't know if they opened up today or not, but a lot of the ski hills have opened up December, and ski and fish the same day. A couple of people have been asking me how to mount the downriggers on a C-Dory. This is a Scotty rail mount attachment, and this are the swivels that come with a new set of downriggers. So allow you to pull this down and swivel it around, swing everything out. These are Scotty high performance 2106 downriggers. Can't say enough about them. Good things about them, they even got a light if you want to fish at dusk. Actually, it'd be a great idea to go fishing right now and catch the night bite, get a salmon, but I am just gonna get comfy. Just sitting here at anchor. Gonna install a couple of strobe lights on my kids' life jackets. Son is almost 60 pounds, so I've got him a new Mustang. And so these are water activated strobes that have some pretty nice lumens, about 120 hours. It says 45 lumens. I thought it was a little bit stronger there. Dad and his son went into the water in Vancouver, I think last week, and they were lucky. Search and rescue found them, we're there within like half an hour, but finding somebody in the dark is not easy. I know when I volunteered for search and rescue, one of the search and rescue helicopters, one of the Coast Guard helicopters, was right over top of a guy, and they thought that his head was a crab boy, right? Black hair, any color from up top doesn't look like somebody's head. So finding somebody in the dark is almost impossible, but a strobe can go a long ways. So a little tour of the interior here. We've got the helm seat here, and we've got a definitely nice two-person bench here. Definitely two adults can sit at it. This side is one adult and a kid maybe, or two little kids. So just not as much space. The table angles a little bit. So definitely if you're gonna have three big adults or four kids, one, two, one adult, one kid, and one kid there. And you can eat here at the helm as well. Cooking area, you got a pressurized sink, got a hot water tank underneath here. Currently this hot water tank doesn't run when it's just on batteries, but now with the newer lithium batteries, you can set everything up to run a hot water tank. You can switch this over to electric stove, but this is a Wallace stove. Provides heat in the winter, and you cook up a snack on it. Not super quick to get to boil, but really nice that way. You can see here, nice thing about the Wallace, makes a little bit of noise, but that's where the heat comes out. Power down here. This is a 16-year-old stove, so pretty rare that something works super well 16 years in a marine environment. But pretty flawless, this thing. A little heat rack. You got your bathroom in there. Not a super big bathroom. I mean, definitely the height is nice. I'm 5'10", and it's well over 6'4" in here to reach up to the top. This is probably 6'2", but definitely nice and high. The doorway is not, so you can hit your head pretty easily. Got a smoke detector there, a couple lights, and some fans. I'm just gonna start one of these fans just to keep things going. In the summer, super easy to really enjoy the evening, look out. But tonight it's a little bit cool. It's December 2nd up here in Canada, so I'm gonna close this up. This is the best if you're ferrying somewhere and it's 25 degrees out. This air just comes right through. It's amazing. Seals up nice and tight. You can see this helm, a little bit busy. Got a 7-inch Lowrance GPS. Got another one in the stern that's a 9. They're networked. Got a Ritchie compass. Just reran a new antenna there. I should put on everything here so you can see what's happening. Down here you got trim tabs. Very necessary on all C-Dories to have a set of trim tabs, especially anytime there's a lot of rough weather. It's good to get that bow pointed down. You can definitely use the trim on the engine. So I've got Honda, and you can see there really draws down the power when you're using the trim, but that'll bring the nose up and down. Couple options as well there. Now you can see here on the chart plotter, really get a sense of where we are here, anchored up for the night in this little cove, Princess Cove. Yeah, one of the nice things getting back to the seating layout is you can flip this seat around and be forward facing. So if you're ferrying somewhere, been on some long 200-mile trips, really nice to be able to change this seat. Slides right in, back comes off. Currently I've got the barbecue and a bunch of life jackets here, but just really, really good space. Underneath there's some good storage, and you can see your shore power, or if you've got an inverter. I don't have an inverter set up. You could run a heater for a little while, but more importantly, you could run a coffee maker or things like that, right? And then when you're on shore power, turn the alternate current main on. I've got the battery charger built in, power for stove, hot water heater, and the refrigerator I don't have. A lot of the C-Dories have a refrigerator right down here. Oh, gotta check on my dinner. Great, that's ready. Yeah, so nice to have that top just flip down. You got working space. Nobody can burn themselves. And back here I've got some cushions that go in each corner, so really nice. Sit out of the way. Kids actually climb up there all the time, but underneath we've got batteries on both sides. They're elevated, so they're off the floor. Underneath 100-gallon fuel tank, and then we've got a water tank there. I think about 40 gallons. I'm not quite sure, but runs out, family of 3 in about 3-4 days, unless you're really being judicial with how much water you're using. I've got a spare anchor underneath there and some cannonballs as well. Store some things in the side. Got a wash down hose, shore power there. Full awning. I don't think I'm going to set up the awning right now, but this whole area can be enclosed. And if you really want to up the heat ante, getting a diesel heater as well, you could have this door open and it would heat this whole area. So the nice thing is you got the front, you can have a kid sleeping in there, or mom if she's having a rest, or dad playing cards here. And then you've got another area you can set up some chairs or just have the two seats there. I often travel with two folding chairs, so somebody can sit back here and look out as you go. Man, and just look at it. What a beautiful night here. Another nice little feature on the C-Dory is the cockpit lights. There's 2. One here on the port side and one burnt out one on the starboard side. So always with a 15-year-old boat, you gotta have your list of things that you need to fix all the time. So your deficiencies. So back in the cabin, everything kind of cleared out here. I just got one salmon reel and one big casting jigging reel. And my son's Rubik's Cube, he's going to be really happy to know that I've got it for him. It's been missing for a week or 2 since we last went fishing. So up front we got a little anchor locker and just two cabin lights, and then a nice hatch as well, right? So that opens up. I've got a screen for it as well. A little storage over there for the anchor light. Head's now touching the bulkhead there, and my toes are 5'9", so I'd say something like 6'1" would fit in here pretty comfortably. And it is a cold evening. One feature as well here, these are all the electronics I've got with everything I've got hooked up. I've got quite a bit going on. I've got the autopilot, two Lowrances, so lots of stuff, lots of wiring, hydraulic pump for the autopilot right there. Nice little cover there, keeps my kids out of that. And then of course, just being able to close up and make this comfy. Kids are often playing in here, playing cards and stuff, so lots of room in the hatch. somebody almost 5'9" can sit up nice and comfortably with a straight back, do a little meditation, whatever you're into. So a little bit of space, but if you're 6'4", you're not sitting up in here. 6'1", you ain't sitting up in here. So that's really one of the differences. Be something like a Ranger tug or a Cutwater. Ranger tug, at least, they've got a really deep bow. You get to walk down to it. Where this is a little bit more shallow. You know, everything's a trade-off, but lots of room in here for 2 people to sleep, or 2 parents and a small child if you're probably under 6 feet, both parents. Lots of room. And then, of course, the table berth out front as well, right? So the kitchen table turns into a berth. A lot of space there. I slept on there super comfortably. Just spent a chilly night at anchor. I wait for the sun to come up a little bit because it doesn't get light till, well, sun up is about 7:30, 7:45, and it's 5:30. I've been up for half an hour, so pretty good sleep at anchor. But I always got a little spidey sense in the back of my mind about what might be happening outside. Just wanted to show people the Lumar hatch. So as long as you're reasonably sized, you can fit through there, and kids love it. There we go. Anchor's locked away there. Done disturbing my lovely neighbors. And we're away. I think it's a country music song that says "Fishing in the Dark." You're only allowed to haul traps an hour before, an hour after sunset. So an hour before sunrise, an hour after, but you can definitely motor to your spot an hour before. I think sunrise is about 7:45, so lots of time to get there. You'll see the sun down south. Even our nice cove. Nice and quiet out here. There will be some ferry traffic in a few minutes, but most of them leave at 7. There it is. That's him right here on my chart plotter. That's a little too close for my comfort. Next time you either go earlier or a little bit later. I should try the close one. At 64 feet, there's gonna be nothing in this. That's a nice trap. There we go. Beautiful. Nice big prawns. Hello, love.
Oh, what is that?
Lots of prawns.
Okay.
That's a great trap. There we go. Nice looking prawns, no female. Couldn't find your way in, buddy. You're a nice size. I think I'll keep you. Well, you're a little small, buddy. Feisty, but a little small. A couple Benjis in there. There we go. That's better. There we go. That's dinner. Yeah. There we go. Gonna be 3 in there that are keepers. Let's see. Might be your lucky day, Mr. Big Red Rock. Oh, it is. You are definitely a keeper. Look at that. Beautiful. And you are a keeper. 3. And you're just on the edge. You're definitely a keeper. Lucky day. Those big claws, eh? Go for a swim, buddy. And you are probably a female. No, I'm not male. Just gonna grow bigger. Well, that's pretty good. Just sort through and see if there's any more females. Count out the prawns. Make sure I've got the right amount there. Head into work. Got a ferry coming out of here somewhere. He's been honking at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was really successful. 4 Dungeness crab, 125 spot prawns, threw back a bunch of shrimp, a few smalls, some really nice jumbos. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Something up here in front of me, so slow right down and take your time. Could be another boat coming out of the harbor too, so. Right there, dock. Nobody heading out in the soup. Whoa. All right, safely back to the dock.
So I'm gonna make one of my favorites here. Just a Vietnamese rice roll, but we've got spot prawns. You know, it's great to have fresh seafood. Vietnamese rice paper, super easy to find in any big grocery store or an Asian supermarket. You just take maybe a little bit of warm water, it doesn't have to be boiling water or even cool water, room temperature at least, and you just rotate that around. Yeah, so just a little bit covered in water and it'll start to soften up. So take a few seconds, you can put it down, and then you start adding. You know, you put your spot prawns on. It's one of my favorites. Sometimes you don't catch a lot of prawns. I was fortunate to get out and get a lot this time, but sometimes you only get a handful of prawns. You can add egg, fried egg cut in a really thin omelet. Adds a little bit of protein. Carrots, mushrooms, cucumbers, peppers for color. I like a little bit of peanut sauce, a little spicy peanut sauce, and a nice garlic vinaigrette. Really like that. Add in a little bit of avocado. Right, so you got some good color there. Mixing it up a little bit. A little cilantro. And you can see that rice roll is really kind of firmed up there. There you got that. Some nice color. Really able to see the prawns in there, the carrots, avocado. That's great. We'll probably have about a dozen of these with my family. That's why I love getting out there. One thing I forgot to mention, you just steam your prawns for a few minutes, regular steamer, 5-6 minutes. They're done super fast, and then peel the prawns. Head off in this case. If I'm doing a little stir fry or pasta sauce, I like to keep the heads on for extra flavor, but there you go. Enjoy.